Okay, so this is a teeth demonstration, and I'm back to using the regular pen tool for this demo. I need to make sure the fill is off and turn the stroke on. Remember that you want to use nice bright color when you do your original paths, just so you can see them, a little better. Alright, so back to the pen tool. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and trace the basic shapes of my teeth, and then I'm going to go through and do gums, and then I might go through and do highlights on top of that, and then I'll do the mouth. Remember, Alt is your friend. I'm going to use Alt to change the directions of the paths as I do this, and so although you can't see it, I'm just going to let you know that I'm using Alt to change the direction of the paths. Okay, let me see if I can blow up. It might be too fuzzy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off over here in this little highlight, just because I know that's a tooth. And I'm pressing, and I'm clicking, dragging in the direction. Here I need to switch directions. I'm going to press and hold Alt to move up, and then continue and finish off your path. Click and drag in the direction that you want to go. And always go back and finish that path off. It's okay if your teeth don't look totally perfect like teeth. This is just, you're worrying about doing highlights and shadows. This one I'm going to be a little more careful about, making sure that I get finish that off. I know I'm not going to like that, but I can go back and change it. And then the last one over here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to deselect. And now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to do a path that goes all the way around this outside edge to get this tone right here that's in between the teeth. And I'm just going to go through and do a basic path that kind of covers, and I'm going to put this path behind my teeth, so it's okay that I'm going over the top. Okay. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to do a couple of highlights on the teeth. Whoop, I needed to deselect. Finish that path off. Now I'm going to deselect. And then I'm going to go through and do a couple of highlights on these teeth to make them look more roundish. Okay, so now I'm going to do my bottom lip. I'm doing the highlight, clicking and dragging. Okay, then I'm going to do this part of the bottom lip, clicking and dragging. And then let's see, there's a shadow right here, or darker area right here and here that I'm going to go ahead and copy. And there's one over here. Press and hold Alt to change the direction of your path. And now I'm going to do the top lip. Okay, so I'm going to click this direct selection tool. Actually, I'm going to use a regular selection tool. And then I'm going to just kind of drag an area around all of these paths, okay, so that they're all selected. Now I'm going to go to Object Group, and then rename this group Mom's Mouth. Hit OK. And now what I'm ready to do is I'm ready to go through and add some coloring and then some adjusting. So because everything's in a group now, I have to use my direct selection tool. And what I'm going to do is I need to make sure like these paths need to be on top of everything else. So I'm going to go through and I'm just hitting Shift on my keyboard and I'm going to select these paths. Then I'm going to drag these paths to the very top of this group. Okay. And then I need to go ahead and use the eyedropper tool and select what I want to use for the highlight. And I can even go a little bit lighter if I wanted to make this a little bit lighter. I can double click on the fill right here and then just move this up and over and make it a little bit lighter. Okay. So the next thing is I'm going to choose these actual, maybe not. Well, we'll try it. I might have to rearrange the layers a little bit. So now I'm going to choose the actual teeth. Press and hold Shift. Okay, so here they are. Once again, press and hold Shift while you select all of them. Move them to the top of your group, but underneath these top highlights. And then use your eyedropper tool. Select the color that you think you want to make them. And then if I wanted to make it a little bit lighter, I can double click over here. Choose a little bit lighter of a color. I think this is going to be too bright, but I can go ahead and make them that color. Okay? Next thing. I know it looks kind of crazy right now, but when I zoom out, it'll seem a little better. Click that direct selection tool, and then I want to choose this area back here. I'm going to use the eyedropper tool, and then select a tone that I think I want to make this. Ooh, that's going to look crazy. Let's switch this so I can see it again. Okay. Then, next path. I want to choose this highlight. Choose the highlight, move it up. Eyedropper tool, choose a nice bright color. Okay. I think that this top lip needs to come next in the order, which it's already there, so that's good. Choose the color for the top lip. Then choose the color for the bottom lip. I may end up changing the order of this, and that's fine. Oops, wrong tool. Need the eyedropper tool. And then these little shadows in the back are next. Press and hold Shift to select more than one object, and then use that eyedropper tool. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out. So what I need to do next is I really need to make sure that that color that I chose was way too bright. But I think we'll see. I might like it once I get done with everything else, because everything will seem a lot brighter when I'm completely done. And then also I want to probably play around with the shape of my teeth a little bit more, because this is such a blurry photo. It was kind of hard for me to get it just right. So you can use that direct selection tool, and you can play around with the shape. Play around with the individual anchor points. Okay. Use the handlebars. This one needs to be a little more smooth. I think I'm going to take this path and move it above some of the other paths. Any questions? Okay, so I'll go back and change some more of these shapes, move them around a little bit, and then I'll be done and ready to move on to other things.